On the sort of energy poverty crisis in the UK at the moment, I think the government announced some plans today. I'm not actually sure what they are, to be honest. My own opinion is they do that that sort of cold weather payment thing. I think they should just use that and give people, well, whatever they're planning, rather than taking away the VAT, because someone with a heated swimming pool will get the VAT cut, and it goes right across everybody. Anybody who uses electricity or gas will get that cut, and a lot of people don't deserve it up the top end. So I would just put it in the cold weather payment. I think what they're planning to do is they're going to give a loan to the energy companies, and they have to keep the price down, something like that. So the customer isn't actually getting the loan. There was something about then they'll pay it later on, I don't know. But this whole crisis has come about because of COVID, really, because the gas per therm price is normally around about 43 pence. But since last summer it's went up to, it was up at £4.50 around about Christmas. It went down to about £1.80 mid-January, and now it's back up again about £2.20. And I think it's expected to last about 2 years, this sort of crazy prices. Usually it's around about 43 pence, 45 pence. So you can see how much a crisis this is. It went up 10 times at one point. At the moment it's around 5 times higher than what it should be. It's expected to last maybe 2 years until it keeps coming down and it'll settle. Well, I hope so anyway. It was caused by COVID, really. I don't know, I would just put it in the cold weather payment scheme or something, give people whatever they're going to give them. So far my electricity bill hasn't went up from what I've noticed. Anyway. So, but what they're planning to do is they're going to give the energy companies money to keep prices down or something. Even though prices today, they raised the market level, the cap. The thing about the cap, I don't agree with a cap. I think it just makes things artificial, because I think almost all of them are now at the cap height. They're not all competing with each other. I suppose it's an unusual time anyway. I don't think we've ever had prices as high as this before. But so no one can really offer a cheap price at the moment, or a cheaper even. Maybe. I think what happens usually is the small companies just buy on daily price, and that's how they can usually be the cheapest. Well, not now, of course. Whereas the bigger companies, they sort of take out forward prices. They buy in blocks of 6 months or 12 months as a sort of insurance policy, and for them it's worked. So it shows how respectful they were. But the cheap company, the small companies who don't really have any, they don't have any infrastructure. All they are is a shop window, really. They just buy the prices from somebody else. They're just shop windows, but if they get caught out with daily prices, they're absolutely sunk, because they can't raise their prices because there's a cap. The government have put a cap on it. That was around about 2018, I think Theresa May done that. And it was actually Ed Miliband's idea, but I think it was a bad idea anyway. I don't think a cap, if it's a competitive market, what people should actually do is join Martin Lewis Energy Club, where he gives you emails, you give your details to him, how much your annual energy is going to be, and he'll send you an email telling you there's a new best price. That's the best place. Of course, lots of people use the comparison sites, but they're just big. They take about £50 per cut from the things. You would be better actually, if you're going to use a comparison site, use that, or even use Martin Lewis Energy Club. Get the price and then go to Quidco, join Quidco, and hopefully you'll be able to get the £50 that they were going to get, because they're getting an affiliate fee. So you would get the £50. That's how these comparison sites make money, with the affiliate fee. I mean, they're making millions and millions for very little output. And I think the government should have a comparison site, actually, because why not let the government get this £50 if people are going to do that, and everybody would trust them. They would be a trustworthy comparison site. So I don't know why the government don't do it. I suppose the only problem is they would drive a lot of the other comparison sites out of business, but they are, once you understand the system, they're not really doing that much anyway. I'm glad they're there, the comparison sites, but I use them, and then I'll maybe go to Quidco and see if I can get the same deal and get the £50 for myself. But there's Martin Lewis Energy Club's the best thing you can do at the moment, although it looks as if we're in a bad scenario for maybe 2 years, but I'm sure prices are going to keep coming down over the next year or two, in which case there should be better deals about than the average price. Probably a lot of old folks stick with the supplier that they had when private came into force, because it used to be a government thing, energy, but now then it became a private thing where you had competition, supposedly. So that's my say on that. I hope you found it very informative. I just heard Boris Johnson talk about his package for relieving the energy price crisis in the UK at the moment. It's a £9 billion package, and I think they're going to fund most of it through a council tax rebate. So that's quite good, because they were saying that it's not just the poor and that includes a lot of working people, the working class. It's not just them that are going to be affected by this price, it's going to be the middle class. I've got less sympathy for them, because they probably throw out about £30 a week of their groceries. But it's better than spreading it out through the 5% VAT, which everyone would have got, which meant someone with a heated swimming pool who maybe spends £3,000 a year on energy but doesn't know the actual price themselves of the bill, that would have been £3,150 they would have got. But yeah, do it through council tax, that seems a good idea. They were doing another thing, they're giving people some sort of loan that they pay back over a longer period. I'm not sure, but this is all to do with COVID, because it's going to settle it out. The price is going to drop from about £2.20 just now to its normal of about 43 pence per therm for gas. They think that's going to go down in about 2 years. So you've got a crisis at the moment now, and I think they should just think, the COVID debt is like war debt, which they can take a century to pay off. So for COVID, they could maybe do something like that. But that's what I'm talking about. If they're going to, I don't think the 5% VAT removal was the right thing to do. The EU forced that 5% VAT on all of its member countries, and so when we left, it means we have the power now to remove it, which Labour are calling for, but we wouldn't have if we were still in the EU. But anyway, there you go, ramble.